Good morning YouTube, and today, obviously Dan from Techno DC, as you all know. Sorry if it's a little echoey. As you can see, the camera is pointing to a bathtub because today is the review day of the OverBoard waterproof case, which we have right here. I have put the carabiner on just so I can pull this guy out if it doesn't work. I'm pretty nervous, I'm not going to lie, because I'm about to put my iPhone 4, which is the only phone I have currently, in water. If you look at a YouTube channel called Unbox Therapy, he actually puts an iPad in what is technically classed as like an indestructible case and throws it out of a window. So if that works for him, this is going to work for me. I'm going to set the iPhone to record video, so you will get real-time footage of the phone going under the water, which is what review videos are all about. So the case itself has a very simple locking mechanism at the top, which when these pins are slid along actually seals this part here and pulls it tight as it will be, which then creates a fairly hefty rubber seal, or so I hope anyway. The only place, if anywhere, that I can see that air would escape would just be from around the sides where because obviously it will create like an airlock at the top here, but the main important part is that it is sealed along this line here. If it isn't sealed along there, then water will get in the iPhone. As you can see, it is already wet because I've submerged it in water to make sure that someone, obviously, the water didn't get inside, which it hasn't. But again, I've put the carabiner on the top just in case I need to whip this guy out. But it seals, it's a fairly hefty seal. I mean, these pins are quite hard to slide back. I mean, I can't even. So, you know, I'm hoping for the best. But let's put the iPhone to record some video. I'll just delete some, see if I've got any other footage that I may need to delete. Just obviously I don't want it to stop recording, that's all, but I don't think there is. So now putting the iPhone in camera mode, and obviously we'll put it into record mode. Try sliding that across, it's going to go into record mode. I'm going to press record, and then I've got to try and fit it in the case. So that is now recording. You can see the number at the top. I've got to try and fit it in the case without hitting the... Well, actually, in theory, it doesn't really matter if I do that because the case does allow for touchscreen devices to work inside. So, as you can see, it's still clear. I'm going to seal the top here by sliding the pins across and making sure that they click, is what it says in the instruction manual, to make sure that they fully click. So this now apparently is fully sealed. Let's hope for the best. In theory the iPhone should sink because it is quite heavy. It is going in. The iPhone is in water. It is recording underwater. Just have a bit of a pan round. The other reason that I put the carabiner on is the fact that this water is cold. I haven't used warm water, and the iPhone is still video recording underneath the water. As far as I can tell, take a bit of a walk, I might be able to see. And I don't know how much it's actually, I don't know how well it's recording under the water. Well, you can see the bath plug there, so it is recording relatively well. As far as I can tell, it is perfectly fine. There is obviously water on the outside of the case, and I think the case is misted up slightly, which is causing a bit of blur on the corner there. But the iPhone is still recording, so let's go for another dunk. It's just sat on the bottom. The question is that can I still use the buttons, which we'll find out in a second. Now, because this case says it is protective, relatively protective as well, in theory, if I was to drop the phone in the water, it's still recording. So let's see if we can actually stop the recording. And in theory, I should be able to bring the recording back up. So that is now recording, you can see the number at the top. I'm going to try and fit it in the case. You know what else is great as well, is that the fact that you can hear the audio crystal clear. It has recorded me absolutely perfectly fine. So there is obviously an element of, I mean, it doesn't cancel the noise out in any way. But the main thing we need to find out is that when I come to open the case, is there any water inside? So let's go ahead and pop the sliders off. Oh, God, they're tight. Like I see, it's been, no wonder it's quite a substantial case. And there doesn't appear to be, I just need to dry my hand. There is a slight bit of moisture inside, mainly on the front, but I think that's just from when I've opened the case, judging by the fact that the water mat's actually running down the phone. But it does still work. There's no water at the bottom at all, which is good, because obviously that's where the connections are. That's where you don't want water, obviously. There is no water on the top, where there is obviously the little that piece of paper in the headphone slot, so Apple know whether you've dropped it in water. But apart from that, it just needs a little bit of drying on the screen, but as I said, I think that's from where I've just opened it and water's dripped off the case, but it seems to be fine, guys. So, as a product being sponsored by OverBoard.co.uk, I will probably say that I can fully recommend this if you're doing any outdoor pursuits like kayaking or hiking, mountain biking, pretty much anything. I mean, obviously it's not going to withstand a huge drop or anything like that, but the case, as far as I can tell, is waterproof. Whether I'd like to take it down 6 metres, I'm not entirely sure. The bath is probably a third of a metre full, but obviously I don't intend to take it down 6 metres because I don't really have any. I'm not going to go to the swimming pool with the camcorder and the tripod and try and record it under there. But anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. As usual, comment, rate, subscribe. Check these guys out. Overboard.co.uk. Fantastic case from what I can tell. It's worked in the bathtub. Thank you very much for watching.